Hello everyone, this is my first video on YouTube. I hope this video will be useful to some people who are owning this camera, which is a Bessaflex TM. So TM stands for thread mount. So this camera is actually a M42 mount. So I purchased this camera by chance actually. I didn't know anything about it. It's a long time I wanted to try again to shoot some film. A couple of weeks ago I just came across this camera on a local marketplace where the guy was selling it really literally brand new. I think he used it a little bit, but very little. The camera is just perfect, besides some little marks on the top here, as you can see. Okay, so I just got it for a good price, so I went for it without knowing anything about it. After I purchased it, I tried to document myself a little bit about it, and I found that there are very little articles or resources about this camera, or not very useful, let's say, in a way. Maybe one video on YouTube was quite useful. Anyway, I purchased also a roll of film and started shooting. The first thing I found after shooting a few frames was that the release button was not easy to reach sometimes, and because, as you can see, the original button is below the speed setting, as you can see, and I found myself very often looking for it with my finger, and very often also I had to take my eyes off my eyepiece and look at my finger to see where it was. So I purchased this little button that you just screw on it. There is a small rubber piece under, and you just screw on it, and this is raising the button up, as you can see. And this is really changing everything actually when you shoot. This button is now very easy to find. I mean, I don't need to remove my eyes from the finder anymore. Really good purchase. Then after shooting a little bit more, I found out that it was not very comfortable to my eyes, and actually I didn't notice at first, but this camera is coming without any rubber. You see, there is just a hard plastic at the back, and you need really to stick your eyes to it to see in the viewfinder, and your cheeks are very often touching the camera, and it's not really comfortable. Okay, so after some research, I found out that in one article actually that I found on the internet, but I couldn't find this article anymore. I found that this eyepiece, this viewfinder, was designed to fit Nikon DK-16 rubber eyepiece. This camera, if you don't know, is a film camera, but a very recent camera. Actually, it was developed in the year 2003 or something. So it's actually a very recent camera, and they didn't make it much. Actually, it was a failure because they released this camera at the time the digital was really going strong. So this camera is actually a modern vintage, if I can call it like that. The viewfinder is very bright, so it's not like the viewfinder on old Asahi Spotmatic, for example, which is very dark. This one is really very bright, but just uncomfortable because of this hard plastic. So I purchased this DK-16 eyepiece in rubber fit on it. I will try to show you. So it's very easy to fit, and you just fit on one side and like this. So this is what you get. Okay, so this is really improving the comfort of the viewfinder when you are shooting. But as I kept shooting my film, I found out very quickly that sometimes the focus was a bit challenging to me. My eyes are not so good anymore. I'm 50 plus years old, so it was quite difficult. And after some research, I had a friend who had a Spotmatic, and he found a magnifier to put on his Spotmatic. And then I said, maybe there is something existing and that fits the Bessaflex. And it proved me right. I found that actually Nikon is doing some magnified eyepiece, and in different format, actually different form for different cameras from Nikon actually. And I found that the DK-21M was actually coming with a rubber piece DK-16. And this made me think that if this magnified eyepiece can fit the DK-16, and as the DK-16 fits the Bessaflex, probably the DK-21 fits the Bessaflex. So I purchased one. I found one second-hand online, and I purchased it, and I just received it today. And to my satisfaction, actually, this rubber eyepiece, this magnified eyepiece, is actually fitting very well, as you can see. No problem at all. It's perfectly fitting. I didn't try it yet in a real situation, but I made some tests in the house to try to focus. So this DK-21M, for technical specification, is a 1.17 times magnified. So this gives you 17% magnification. And even though it's not much, or you may think it's not much, I found it very, very useful, because the split circle, the split viewfinder actually is much easier to see, and it makes it really, really easier to focus. So I will try in a real situation, but from what I tested, it's already a big, big improvement. So I hope this video is helpful, or will be useful to these wonderful camera users. Bessaflex TM, wonderful camera, very light. I read somewhere that it's made, the metal body is made of titanium, so it's very light to use. I carry it in Hanoi, Vietnam, in crowded streets last weekend, and it's very, very easy to carry around, very comfortable, and you really don't feel it on your shoulder. Viewfinder is wonderful, beside the magnification that was missing to me, but now it's solved. And if you can find this really at a good price like I did, just no hesitation. It's fully mechanical. The only electric part or electronic part is the light meter that you switch here with this small button. And that's the only thing that is electronic. The rest is all mechanical, old school, very good. Only two buttons, the ISO button and the speed. And that's it. That's all you get on this camera. Thank you for watching.